Is Daddy Freeze okay? Is Daddy Freeze truly all right? Because it would have been better if Daddy Freeze did not make any apology than to say something like this. For those of you that don't understand, after Daddy Freeze wore black and black with his wife, like Undertakers, to Alex Ekubo's service of songs, people were complaining and they were asking, why didn't he obey the family's only wish for the dress code as white, just like everyone else, and they wore black and black? Only for Daddy Freeze to come out to say he's apologizing. And when I read the first sentence, I was beginning to believe him. Oh. I'm telling you guys, wisdom is not by age. Oh. I was believing him until I read further. Let's just read together before I go on to say what is in my mind. According to Daddy Freeze, he said, I apologize to everyone who felt offended because of what I wore to Alex's service of songs. I wore black because I didn't see the invite on IG. Everyone saw it, and even those that didn't go. And we don't follow each other. Bloggers posted it. He went on to say, the invite that was sent to my phone, I didn't see the dress code at the bottom. Where I come from, people wear black to mourn. I don't understand the white. I thought we were mourning a young man who passed when it was not yet his time. He passed because of Nigeria's failure and religious influence. Okay. I never knew that a service of songs will have a dress code. Damn. Then he went further. This is the part that pissed me off. While we were seated, Nathaniel Bassey came up and blew the trumpet. He revealed that he never met Alex, but he and his pastor friends planned to go pray and sing for him on Tuesday, but he passed on Monday. He said that they still went there on Tuesday to sing and pray. I am surprised they couldn't perform a miracle on him. Another pastor too came up to preach. I don't understand why we needed a sermon in such a gathering. Despite the sermon of the pastor, someone still stole 4 phones at the event later on. Mercy Chinwo climbed the stage and turned the place to a concert. Oh, this man. At this point, I got up and went home. No respect. Do people understand what a funeral is? It's a service of song that the Freeze need to get enlightened. They could have just played hymns. And to your Ledoche that blamed Alex for not showing his wife before he passed, what is your business with the wife? Do you want to start dating her? Everything is not clout. Wait, so that the Freeze is advising or saying all this to your Ledoche. We already know your Ledoche's own was not be today. Your Ledoche's saga, we know. That the Freeze, the same thing is telling your Ledoche is exactly he's doing. Because why is he telling the family what to do? It is their right to decide what they want. And for your information, that the Freeze, every service of song that I personally have attended all over the world, it's always white. That's the dress code. A service of song, for those that don't know, it's mostly done by Christians. So, and it's usually white. It symbolizes purity and everything clean, because that is what it is. And it's usually all about praises, worship, singing, everything. And that the Freeze coming to tell them what to do, they should sing hymns, saying that the pastor that preach is not necessary. What? Oh my God, that the Freeze doesn't have respect. He even didn't have at least any small atom of respect for Alex Ekubo, late Alex Ekubo. Because what does he mean by after the pastor blew trumpet and was preaching, he stood up and went home? Then why did he come? Why did you waste your time coming then? You shouldn't have even been there. And who even invited you? Whoever did should not invite you again. Because this is rude. This is disrespectful. This is not an apology. This is just the worst thing I've ever seen. The worst apology I've ever... If you want to apologize, you apologize, keep mute and keep it moving. You learn. If you're not enlightened, you educate yourself. This is not a native doctors festival or antichrist festival, because it's giving antichrist that the Freeze doesn't like Christianity and all those religion things, obviously. And that is why he's saying all this. Because what does he mean black, black, black? For service of song, it's usually white. If it's for the final laying to rest, and that was on the 18th, that's on the 18th and the 17th wake keep, black would be understandable. Any color they still decide as a family they can do, that is their choice. But for a service of song, even if the family did not write it down there, everyone knew or knows it's white. It's not bad. And for them to do that because they decide to, you should respect it. That is all they ask from you. So what is hard there? So obviously, this is really, really wrong. I don't know what you guys think about it though, but I watched that live video from beginning to end, the live section of the service of song, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with everything they did. They started with prayers, No, they didn't start with prayers. They started with Alex Ekubo's videos, his emotional moments. He was dancing with his brother. He was, speaking to his lovers generally. He was even giving some emotional quote and quote, which is nice. And then they played some of his moments with kids. He helped a lot of children, school children. Like, there's a lot to learn from Alex Ekubo and his story, seriously speaking. And then they went on to start with prayer, opening the event. Even if it's a sad one, it's normal to do that. And after that, they went on to pray. They preached, they taught, and everything they did was with the experiences and everything that, the life experience of Alex Ekubo, everything that happened with him, it was exactly what they used in most of the preachings, which is normal. Yes, Alex Ekubo lived only 40 years, and Pastor Jerry, like he said, Jesus lived for only 33 years and achieved so much. And Alex, within 40 years, look at everything he achieved. Most people in 90 years, they can't relate. Not most people. That the freeze at this is great now, he can't relate. Let me tell you, it's not about how long you live, it's about how well you lived, the impact and everything. So it's really sad enough that this happened, because he doesn't deserve it and it's unfair already. You coming to add more nonsense is not needed here. I'm talking about the pastors resurrecting him. If God has already destined that that is how it will be, there is nothing they will do, no matter what they try, unfortunately. And you saw what the hospital posted, the hospital where he passed away. They posted the reason, advanced stage, because this is his situation. It's obviously probably he was diagnosed of kidney cancer, and then it metastasized to the liver, because when this advances in this stage, it goes to the nearest organs in the body, which the liver is one of the fastest. And this is a very sad phase, because it shows the different phases of torture, pain, and everything the man went through. So that the phrase, you have no right to tell a mourning and grieving family what to do. It's bad enough you disobeyed what they asked for, their only wish. You still went on to school them for what? I don't understand though. Because this is getting out of hand. That the phrase, you of all people that set camera every time, talking to different people, saying a lot of things to different, all the time you're on live, nobody they talk about. Why can't you just take the advice that people were giving you, see you're wrong and move past it, keep moving, keep it going, learn? You must not know everything. As an antichrist or whatever, I don't know, you said you are, you mustn't know things really in that aspect. So you should learn. If you don't want to learn, you just keep it moving. You don't need to come out and start saying all these things. This your apology, like, it's so annoying. Like I said, I don't know what you guys have to say, but this is what I think. And what Nathaniel Bassey said, I watched that live video from beginning to the end. I told you guys already. He didn't say anything wrong. He said that before he brought out that trumpet, I watched that part. He said he blew the trumpet, and after some seconds, he said this is how the trumpet will sound on that day. That should, in case you don't get to hear this trumpet on the last day or something, your own personal race, maybe it will sound on a different day for you. Not literally, probably if you pass away before that moment, what will be of you after your life after? Will you make it to the kingdom of God? Will you that? Will you this? How was your journey on earth, your impact, your everything? What's wrong with that? Because everything he said is true. Even people that don't go to church and people that are evil, they know the truth. So why are you arguing and trying to make sense where there is no sense? I'm trying to paint everything. Come on now. Respect people's religion. Respect people's decision. Respect everything, especially the dead. They don't need to teach you that one too. Respecting the dead doesn't cost you anything. I don't know that the phrase, your wife should at least advise you if you cannot advise yourself. Because this apology, follow. It's very wrong. Like I said, you guys should let me know what you think about it in the comment section, because I just read this and I'm very pissed off. Like, I literally got angry after reading this. When I saw it, I was like, what is this? It's not good, really. What happened to Alex is unfortunate, and we pray now for his soul to rest peacefully, and all road leads to Abia State on the 17th and 18th for his wake-up and his final moments, where he will be laid to Mother Earth. This is really heartbreaking. Please respect his family. priest also said he doesn't understand why they needed a sermon, which I think those closest to him will explain to him, not me. But then that part where he said after all the preaching, people still stole 4 phones. Really? That the priest, are you new to this world? A lot of people come to different locations for different reasons. You don't even know if those that stole the phone were outside, if they even witnessed the preaching or anything. Just like you said you stood up after the trumpet and call, you left. You just didn't even have respect, at least for the sake of the dead. I don't want to say that. Sit yourself down and at least pay your last respect or something. He left. He didn't do none of that. Probably he doesn't even know if those people are also like him. They did not listen to the preaching. They were not there. Even if they were there and they decided to do that, it doesn't matter. People are in this life doing different things. That doesn't give you the right to classify everything and everyone under the same umbrella. So indeed, though, that the priest should apologize to Alex Ekubo's family thoroughly. If you cannot do that, make you enter house. You should stop trying to prove any point. There's no point here. The more he's proving point, the more he's sounding so awkward. Like, now, to be very honest, I've watched that his life so many times. During all the celebrity saga, he's always hosting them to hear from them, their side of the story. I never for once thought or expected him to be this dense. I was looking for a word lighter than dense, but I didn't see anyone. But seriously, that the kids need to do better. I'll see you guys on my next post. Until then, don't forget to stay safe and remain kind to one another. As you can see,